Hello again. It is the first afternoon stream in a long time. I spent this morning looking into Steam Cloud, and I found something out. I watched that video at lunchtime. Well, I watched the Skeletor one too, but I watched the one about Steam Cloud. And one of the things that they mentioned that I didn't realize is that, like, let's say you just save whatever, like ./save data /save.json. If Steam user A plays the game, it'll make this file. And then if Steam user B plays the game, it'll override that file with B's data. It'll be in the same path. And then Steam user A plays again, and same thing. It'll override that with A's data. I didn't think about that. Hey, LightGB, how you doing? By the way, you could actually claim the first redeem if you want. Not that you have to, but I think it's a very cheap redeem. And it's only one per stream. It does nothing for you, by the way. It just wastes your points. But yeah, I hope you've been well. I saw you commented on one of the YouTube videos I made too. So nice to see. I was just thinking about what it meant to have sort of a streamer community and game dev community. And typically in my realm, they're kind of one and the same. Like the adjacent streamers are in the game dev community. And I think it's pretty neat. It's like a very modern phenomenon. Oh, missed that. I redeemed first? Oh, it didn't show in my chat. Every once in a while this happens where it's only on my dashboard. But hi, Sinistella. That's why I didn't say hi. I wonder who claimed it earlier. Yeah, there I see it 2 minutes ago. And Chef Alton claimed it first. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't seeing that for some reason. I don't know why that happened. And yeah, hey Flare. So now that I know this, how important is it that we have all save files on disk at a time? And it's probably not. Hey, Lava Cake. It's probably not important. I don't know how much this changes things, though. I guess we just need a well-known save location, and everything should probably just be fine. The thing is, it's based on where Godot is installed. I think. No, it's apparently not based on where Godot is installed. Save files are always located here. Because I could just make these 3 paths and I'd pretty much be done. Well, no, I wouldn't be done. I still need to not save local settings. Hey, Chef Alton. Godot save location. Can the user customize this? Yeah, here it is. Default. Custom directory, though. Oh, I did customize it. What? Did I? I don't remember this. Save? Or maybe user? I don't know where you even find this. I'll just look through project.godot so I can look at it like this. Seller. No. Maybe the word custom shows up. Ah, there it is. Use custom user. Okay, I see. So we're using this. And this should match whatever I typed here. Yep. Yeah, okay. Okay, interesting. So as long as they'll always be there, then I think we're fine. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. We could just specify these folders and then handle local settings.json. Hey, Carls, what am I making? I'm making a game called Skeletor. There's a Steam page here. I'll let the trailer play out while I'm thinking about this problem for a little bit. Well, I guess you can't really see it over there. So let me start this again over here. All right, let's see. So these folders handle this. So are there any downsides here? Like, what if I eventually want to migrate away from AutoCloud? I guess at that point, we'd have some kind of settings migration. Yeah. think that's what we do. Not that I want to plan for that yet. Although it wouldn't be that hard to just use this right from the get-go. It's not using Steam Cloud yet. That's what we're doing today. That's the plan. Did this play out once? No. Wow. It's a long trailer. Anyway, you probably get the gist of it. But yeah, that's what I'm working on, Carls. There's a demo now if you want to check it out. All right, so we'd specify 3 different locations. And then within this, I guess it's not as simple as that. It's scaleseller / save data / and then we do something else. After that path, it's / save data / and then we do roamed settings or something like that. What's a better word for this? I don't know, maybe roam settings. Yeah, / save.json, something like that. I'm using Godot, yeah. And hey, Franken, and hey, Athletics. Sweatham is back. Sweatham is back. Yeah, I was sitting in a sunbeam, and then the cat came over and sat in a sunbeam, and she like pressed herself up against me. Also, do try to be mindful of segmenting messages. I don't have very many rules in this chat, and that's pretty much the only non-obvious one. So I just let people know. It's not like I'm warning you or something. Just letting you know. Yeah, this is pretty reasonable. I think we can do this. So then I would set up auto cloud, which I haven't done this yet, so I should go figure this out. Where art thou, auto cloud? There it is. Got it. We've been making so much progress on the game. Tell me you did a good job. You did a good job, Blair. The best of jobs. Okay, so how about this? Let's go change the code to put local settings in a different place. That needs to happen no matter what. And originally, this is what I wanted to have happen. Honestly, I think this is probably fine. We have the save data folder. We could do save data / local settings and save data / I don't know, we make the other one. What's the opposite of local? Yeah. Like. Yeah. Synchronize, maybe? Yeah, maybe just synchronize settings. Maybe that's what I'll do. Okay, yeah. Synchronized settings. Yeah, that's probably pretty decent. Non-local? Actually, that would work too. Yeah, I kind of like that. It's not really clear what they're not local to, though. I think synchronized might be better. I'm not sure. Andrew would have said global, but not sure what you mean. So the local settings are things like your window mode, the volume levels. The non-local settings are things like your adventurer levels, your best times in bone mode, those sorts of things. So like these are specific to a particular device. Well, they're not specific to it, but they might be. So like maybe your volume levels on your computer would be different from your laptop, which would be different from your Steam Deck. But your adventure being level 5 is the same for all of those. So I think I kind of prefer synchronized here. I'm gonna go with that. Whatever. The name doesn't really matter. Okay. Remember about half an hour ago when I was gloating about how I'm such an awesome dev? Oh man. Yeah. Well, hey, it's a learning experience. Okay, so they said in the documentation that you should set the Windows version as the default. Wait, how does this make sense? If you set up distinct roots for each OS, all files will be partitioned by platform, and hence there will be no cross-platform save. To enable cross-platform saves, you should instead define a single root path and then create root overrides for that. Okay, I understand what this means now. God. Yeah, this took a lot of like just grokking this thing. All right. So I want to set this for just Windows, and we want the Windows path here, app data slash Skeleseller. And I don't know what that actually means. So where do we have this? Hey, can someone do this on Windows? Can you press Windows key R and type this in and press enter and then copy paste the path into chat? You can remove your username. I don't care about that. But I'm not on Windows and I really need to know this. Thank you. Thank you. It's roaming by default. Gotcha. Okay, I appreciate it. All right, so that means that we want the roaming settings, which are these. Win app data roaming. Win app data roaming. Okay, cool. So that's set. He's deleting stuff. Yeah. Just copy paste system32. It'll come back. And hey Phil, hey Syracuse, hey Pressel, and neural net. All right. So this is app data is roaming by default. So then after that, it's save data slash roamed, or we're not saying roam setting, we're saying synchronized settings. Synchronized wasn't built in a day. All right, then patterns, start.json, sounds good. Recursive, no, doesn't matter. Cross-platform is set to yes. That part I don't understand. I don't think we have to do that. Cross-platform. So this one setting up Steam Cloud. Define a single root path and create root overrides. There's a checkbox that says, oh wait, no. Okay, now it's set to no. All right. I think I understand what's going on. Now I make a new root override, and now I need these paths. I got to do this off screen, sorry. So I'm trying to explain what's going on, but I can't show this. So now we're going to pick Mac OS Home, which should correlate to the tilde directory. Yep. And then from there, we go to library. New root. Wait, what? What do I do for this? Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't care about that. All right, so I have to set the vector roaming, and then the new one to Mac Home, and then the app replace path to probably this. And then replace path has a question mark. What does that do? Question marks don't do anything. Wait, seriously? They don't do anything? Oh my God, come on. What am I trying to fix? I'm trying to get Steam Cloud working. And I just need to like set all these things up. And I'm almost done, I think. So did I do this correctly? I should probably try this cross-platform and cross-user as well. Where are the users? When a non-cloud demo. Yeah, okay. Well, it's not exactly that. Steam user A should be able to have a save file that Steam user B doesn't have. What's the benefit of Steam Cloud? The benefit is for people roaming between devices. So let's say you were out and you were on your Steam Deck and you played for whatever, 10 minutes and then you close it down. Now you come back to your desktop computer and you're like, oh, I want to pick up where I left off. Well, that's what Steam Cloud would help you do. It would just sort of transparently handle this. Or I guess opaquely handle it. All right, so now we add another one of these. I'm doing this off screen. Windows app data roaming on Linux. We set it to Linux home slash. Oh, wait, no, I didn't do this right. I forgot the library and application support in here and Skeleseller. I messed everything up. Whoops. Okay, I'm glad I looked at this. All right, but then this turns into this path. And we don't want slashes at the end, or do we want slashes? Ooh, Schwartz, nice. Yeah. Who knows if I'll ever get up to that number. Slash synchronized settings. All right, so update that. I got to edit this one to add in library application support. Sure, hope it allows spaces without me having to do anything special. And then on the Windows path, it's got to have /skeleseller in there. Update. Okay. So I think we're done with that. I'm going to go publish this. Is it working? I'm going to go publish this. Updated auto cloud settings. And then, yeah, I want to write something here about to make sure that my notes are okay. Ideally, we get all this done in like an hour, and then I can just kind of clean stuff up. My Obsidian notes reflect whatever I did, because I'm going to be confused in the future. Okay, changes are now live. Great. So I now need to divide up my settings like this. Game saver. We have, whoa, what is that called? I don't remember what it's called. Globalized path. That's what I got to search for. Okay, so get save file path. What are we doing here now? When on a Steam build and Steam is running, try saving to a cloud path. So I'd like some kind of static initializer for this, but it's got to be after we've initialized Steam. So we should have some like Steam initializer, and it's going to save. Oh, let's make a new file and figure out where we would save Steam stuff. Oh, nice. We have a Steam folder. Great. Initializer.cs. Okay, now let's go find the achievement system and just copy paste the whole thing over to here. Rename it to Steam Initializer. This is not a node. It is just a static class. We're going to delete everything that's inside of it, and we're going to have what is currently happening in main here with potentially in its Steam. This is going to get moved to the Steam initializer. This is going to be made public static. Then in main, what is now an error will be changed to Steam initializer dot potentially in its Steam. Cool. And one of the things this is going to do is it's going to set what paths we load from. So wait a second. No, it's not. It's always going to be the same path, right? Oh, I don't need to do anything, do I? Wait, and then everything just roams by default? Hold on a second. So I just... I'm done. I thought this was going to take an hour. I think I'm finished. I don't think I have to do anything. Yeah, this needs to be a note because this was not clear. Clarify how I was right about this if I wanted the Steam ID in the path. Yeah, their documentation could definitely be better for this. I feel like this was made from someone who made the Steam Cloud feature and not someone who looked through a user trying to set this up. Because if they watched my stream, for example, they'd be like, oh, we could make a lot of changes to this to make this clearer. And I could submit feedback. I don't know if anyone's going to read it. If I had a history of submitting feedback and having Valve be like, oh, awesome, thanks, we'll incorporate that, I'd probably do it. I wouldn't even need to get paid for it or anything. I think that'd be helpful for everybody. But I don't want to take all the work to do that and then find out that no one ever reads this or cares, or they just don't prioritize it. So yeah, let's just keep working toward what I wanted to do. And like I said, I think we're just pretty much done. So I go into Steam and click this, and now there should be a cloud thing next to it. Maybe I need to restart Steam. Oh, what just happened? Okay, Steam. Oh, wait. No, there's some special instructions you have to do if it's in beta. Oh, where are those instructions? Where are those instructions? Where'd they talk about this? Pre-release testing. It's not called beta testing. Okay, if you are adding Steam Auto Cloud to a game which has already been released and you've enabled developer-only mode, which I did, you must complete some additional steps. Sign into Steam with an account that owns the app. Great, already done. Open the Steam console by navigating to here. Done. So now the console is enabled. Now enter test app cloud paths app ID. Okay. Test app cloud paths. What's the app ID? It's a playtest version. Does this. Okay, I'm gonna guess that that's fine. Enter set spew level 4.4. What does that do? Set spew level. Set spew and log levels. Oh, this might be a little dangerous. Let me do this off screen. Okay, now launch your app. Check the console for activity. If files already exist in the auto cloud paths, then you should see them being uploaded. Otherwise, save some files from your app and then close it to trigger a sync. Go to another PC and repeat the steps. Be sure to test on all supported operating systems. Set this to end testing. You can restart Steam Client to get rid of the console tab. Don't forget to disable developers only mode and yeah. All right, so I just go launch the game now. The weird thing is I don't see cloud. Oh, what's that? Hang on a second. Auto cloud checking local state for user. Auto cloud checking local state. Need to sync. Eval complete. Blah, blah, blah. So I just start the game, I guess. Let's try that. I don't know what my save file had in it. Oh, I had this best time of 3 seconds. Okay, so this is probably correct. And now I just close the game. Maybe I need to save something again. No, I shouldn't need to. That should be good. Now let's look at the console. And it says running auto cloud on exit, looking for new and updated files. Skipped a bunch of unmodified files. What? It's got a bunch of VDF files? What? Did it save my JSON files? Can I search through this? I can't. All right, give me a sec. Sorry. That's not good. Apple Music. All right, so JSON. Yeah, I don't know why any JSON files being it there. Well, I guess I'd test this by going onto another machine. Do I have my Chromebook here? Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, computer in hand. Let's try this out. So I could probably cast what I have here. Do I need to though? I could just start this up. Let's just see. So I got to set the same things I did on this computer, right? Steam open console, test whatever. Where's the app ID? So here it is. So let's just copy paste all this stuff out of here. Set spew level 4.4. All right, I gotta sign in. Yep, we're signed in. Nice. It's loading up. I can't really show this, sorry. Hey, Goblin. How's it going? Wait, did that not work? What happened? Oh, no, there it goes. Oh, I just got some console output on my Mac. Unregister? I don't know what that's about. Okay. Skull Seller playtest. All right, so there's no Steam Cloud icon because I haven't enabled this. Doing good, and you? I'm doing well. It's been a pretty good day. We're testing out some Steam Cloud features. Steam open, and I'm using a different computer to see if this roamed correctly. Oh no. They don't enable this protocol apparently. Oh no. I don't know how to do this on a Chromebook then. Is there another way to enable the Steam console? Hey, Sofameyer. Steam enable console. I know there's a way to do it through the command line. Modify the Steam shortcut. Access it via the browser. Like on a Chromebook, things are kind of weird because this is... this is probably like running through Linux or something. Steam open console. I can't do that, can I? No, I can't. Do I have Steam on here? No. Ugh. What do I do? How do I do this? Who uses Chromebook? I think a bunch of people. I think it's typically students who use it because they're generally cheaper computers and they're just for, you know, browsing or whatever people want to use them for. All right. I don't know what I'm supposed to do then. Right click on a game you want to enable the console for, select properties, go to keyboard tab and click on advanced. Check the box next to enable developer console. Is this still a thing? I don't see that there. Go to keyboard tab. No, I don't think that's a thing. Nope. There's no other way to enable this? Why don't they have a keyboard shortcut or something? It's not like they're hiding this. Is it running Chrome or Linux installed? So it's running Chrome, but there's always like a virtualization layer for Linux through, I forgot what it's called, Penguin or something. And some of your Linux applications are installed through there, and I don't know how Steam exactly is installed. I don't know how to open Steam. Go into desktop, open console, enter Steam. Yeah, the problem is I don't know where this is. Do I have a... this is not going to work, is it? I don't know. I think it's on the Chrome side of things. But then how do you get a terminal on the Chrome OS side of things? Yeah, I don't know. Steam menu, settings, developer, Steam console open. Steam settings. Then what? Developer? I don't see developer. Man. I just I just want to find this thing. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere. They might have removed it from the normal settings when they added that browser way of accessing this. All right, well, here's what I can do. I can probably customize. No, you can't even do that. Oh man, I truly do not know how you're supposed to do this on a Chromebook. I have a Windows machine, but it uses the same keyboard, mouse, like microphone and monitors, so I'd probably not want to do that while streaming. And I have the Steam Deck. Maybe we can figure out how to open it on the Steam Deck. Go to desktop mode, open console, enter that. Okay, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. Okay, so I got my Steam Deck here. I'm going to go into desktop mode. Then it becomes annoying to use this. Open console. How do you open the keyboard on this thing again? I don't know what I'm doing. Ah, found it. I didn't find the keyboard. Steam button X. Okay, I tried Steam button and then the dots, but that's not how you do it. Okay, so now I type Steam Steam colon / open / console. Nice, that worked. Okay. Now we gotta use this obnoxious keyboard to type in all of these things too. Steam X. All right, so test app cloud paths. App cloud. This is so tedious. I should probably just plug in the keyboard at this point. Is there USB-A? No, there isn't. Do I have a USB-C adapter? Well, I guess in the amount of time I'm looking for this, I could have just fixed this. Test app. Got it. Okay, now I type 3838 630. Did that work? Yes. And then I do set spew level. Hey, Galaxy Inferno. We're doing annoying things right now. Set spew level. The problem is I have no feedback on what I'm typing. Like I just missed the E. Now I got to go back and type it incorrectly there. And then 4. All right, we're good. Now I launch the game. Wow, this sure is fun. It's not letting me go to my games. Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. I like desperately need a mouse and keyboard on this thing. And I have a dock, it's just in the other room. And I didn't plan on needing this today. Yeah, I'm working with the Steam Deck right now to try to get Steam Cloud working. Oh, thankfully we got that. Okay, now I go to... Oh no, I'm on the wrong account. Wait, no, I'm not. What's all this stuff doing here? Oh, maybe this isn't available on Mac. Oh, because on my Steam account over here, I have like 5 games, but on the Steam Deck, I've got a whole bunch of them. All right, please tell me there's a cloud icon here. Oh, there is. All right, so we're updating it now. Hey, DJ, how much will it cost? It'll be $15 with a discount of 15% at launch. Use the touchpads? Oh, yeah, that probably would have been better. Brain is clearly toast. Well, add some avocado, and you got yourself a breakfast. All right, so it's launching now. Come on. Something's wrong. I don't have bone mode over here. What version is this? Demo. That can't be right. Oh, hey, I could just stream this from my Steam deck. Is it working? I click the button.
Oops.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah, so this says it's a playtest version. But where's my... Do I have a save file? I mean, I have a save file, but what is the status? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potions and 62 gold. Okay, let's remember that. Because I got to type that in now. 5 potions, 62 gold on Steam Deck. But no bone mode, so it's probably a separate save file. Now, what version am I on here? Pretty much the same as normal saving. You're just running a Steam command to save to the cloud instead of a local file. Yeah, essentially, because of the configuration that I could end up using. But we just got to make sure that it's working, because otherwise we're going to have a huge issue. This is 0928. And yeah, over here we have a save file. So something's wrong. Maybe I typed the app name wrong. Or app ID. Invalid shader index and server response. Oh, I already probably had a save file on here. What does that mean though? It's not saving cross-platform. What do I do about that? Yeah, I think I have a misunderstanding of what's going on. I'm on the right account, right? Let me just make sure about that. This is on Xtonomous. And this one's on Xtonomous. Yeah. Okay, so they're using separate save files. Maybe I messed up the auto cloud settings. In both cases, I see the cloud icon. Yeah, it just says it's synchronized. But it's not really synchronized. There's a checkbox for replace path, but I don't know what that means. Where's the documentation? Replace. If enabled, causes the path specified in add or replace to replace the original subdirectory entirely. That's possibly what's happening. I don't know. Let's just try checking that box. All right, I have checked the box. Now let's publish and do all this garbage again. Yuck. Checked. What is it? Replace path for Steam Cloud. All right, so I'm publishing the changes now. And I don't know. What do we do? I guess we run from Mac first. Actually, I could just run from both of these, right? So here's the Mac version. We should have 3 seconds in here. Yeah, 3 seconds. So now I quit. It'll save it to the cloud. And then we run it on the Steam Deck. And ideally we see 3 gold or 3 seconds there. No, it's not working. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. All right, well, that's why we have the console output at least. Checking local state, skipping rule 0. It does not run on our platform. Need to sync from local change number 0. Eval complete. I don't see it even uploading a JSON file anywhere. I think I messed something else up, and I don't know what. Oh my God, I see what I did wrong. Wait, unless the pattern, is it supposed to be in there? Allows you to optionally add a subdirectory path, which is inserted between the new root and the original. Okay, I definitely needed to replace on, so that's good that I realized that. But then the mask, the pattern is still going to be the same. It's just start out JSON. Library application support. Oh no, I forgot the word skeleton. Whoops. Okay. Okay, my bad. Yeah, that's on me. It's big time on me. Specify correct Mac directory. Publish. Oh, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna figure it out. Okay, we're gonna run this again on the Mac. This time we should see JSON files syncing. I hope. Does it work? I don't know. Hey, Cuddlefish. All right, well, now we try it from the Steam Deck. Do I need to restart Steam for any of this stuff? Oh, it's loading. What's my battery life at? That's pretty good. No, this is still not right. Man, I'd love to just see what files made it to the cloud. Is there some way to query these? Maybe I can do that. Get file count. Total number of local files synchronized by Steam Cloud. I want to get the exact files. Index of the file. Oh, nice. You can get this. Well, well, well. So we should write a quick little utility that does this. So wait, whatever I just wrote here is nonsense, right? I mean, it's fine, I guess. We can have it here. I might as well get rid of all these things. It's going okay. We've made some good progress today, and I think we're on the brink of a breakthrough, but it's kind of hard to say for sure. Yeah, we can delete this. Well, I could just leave that there so we know that we want to check in. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to initialize Steam and then call this get file count. File count equals Godot steam.steam.get file count. What is this, capitalized? Yeah. So there's the file count. I want to print that out. G.print. Yeah, file count. Great. All right, then I want to go. Oh, why is that not working? Cannot convert from. Oh, yeah, sure, whatever. Long. All right, now we want to iterate over that for each long. Or no. For long I equals 0, I less than file count. Now I want to get individual files, which is get file name and size. And this returns what? A dictionary with a name and a size? That's kind of weird. Var result equals get file name and size. And what? This is a... Oh, it's a Godot dictionary. Okay. So now I want to print the name and size. And what, these are capitalized? Or was it get value, get something, try get value? Yuck. Name. Out. Cannot convert to out variant. Godot dictionary, C#. I don't ever use Godot dictionaries. I use C# dictionaries. So how do we fetch things from this? We just use indexing. And just put in a string? Okay. Is it capitalized? What even said where we get this from? Name and size. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's capitalized. And result size. Okay. I think that'll do it. So now we just launch this. and it should tell us all the names of the files that it saved. And we should see some JSON files in there, but I doubt this is going to work. Oh, wait, will this even function if I'm running outside of Steam? File count 0. All right, how about let's have it actually generate something? Let's go to continue game and let's save this. Do I have anything going on here? I don't. All right, let's start a battle. Sure, save, load, quit, whatever. All right, now we wait for a sec, then we run it again, and it should have saved files now. But I'm guessing this isn't actually going to work. No, it didn't. Yeah, so I've messed something up again. And I have an idea for what that could be, but it's kind of hard to know how this works. So here's what I did. I set up a root path of win app data roaming and a subdirectory of Scala sellers, save data. Oh my God, I'm dumb. Oh my God, I just keep making stupid mistakes. I gotta move where I'm saving these things. All right, that's my fault. Oh boy. Yay. Intelligence. All right, so I forgot that I said I would save to synchronized settings. I am not trying to load from synchronized settings. Yes, chasing ghosts indeed. So wherever we do the globalized path thing, we're still going to be in save data, but all save files that aren't local settings are going to go here, and local settings is going to go into a specific thing. So bool is synchronized save file. Yeah. So get directory name, path join, save file name, full path. Path to save file. This has to change. So this is going to be path to local settings. What I call it? Local settings. Yeah, path to local settings and path to synchronized settings. All right, so this is local settings. This is synchronized settings. This basically doesn't need to exist anymore, so let's just delete that for now. So now that's going to be base directory equals is synchronized. Cool. Now we use the base directory dot path join. Perfect. Then from everywhere else that we're trying to call this, we need to know whether it's synchronized or not. So this is challenge mode data. This is true. This is story mode data. This is also true. This is not something you should ever be doing. Get save backup file. I guess we need to know whether it's synchronized. Bool or not bool, string base directory, yeah. All right, then get save file path. This is always going to be synchronized. Cool. And then what do we have? A few more of these. Has save file. What is this? I see. This is always true. Probably true for every single thing in here, right? What is this one? Story mode. Yep, this is true. And the final one of these, whoops, didn't mean to press that. Final one of these, load challenge mode data. Yep, that's also synchronized. Oh, wait, no, there's one more error. Backup path, save JSON file string is autosave. Is this ever called from local settings? No, it is not. All right, so now we go to local settings saver and we find this. This is not synchronized. And then there's one other globalized path, which I think is fine. So now I think we're good, right? All right, let me run this. Steam should be spewing a bunch of stuff right now, is it? Oh, errors. Has save file is synchronized. True. Yeah, they're for all of these. This is kind of stupid. All right, well, I might clean this up after I'm closer to knowing this is good. All right, we got it. Now let's try running again. What were those warnings? They better have been the things that were already there. Yeah, they're all the Steam stuff, right? Are any of my files here? No. All right, so has it backed anything up yet? Oh, we don't have any data. That's not good. No, that's not the conclusion we're supposed to come to. I should have saved these things over here. Oh, God. All right, let's put that there. Replace. And then all of this stuff here. So this won't just work right from the get-go. I'd have to at least do this if people wanted to save their data. So now when I run this, it's going to say that we found, what, like 8 files or something? 6 files? I don't remember how many. I just copy-pasted. 0. That's not good. Maybe because those were never actually synchronized. Shouldn't have been 0 though. It should have been at least 1. All right, well, we have our times and stuff. And this should be, what, 100 gold in a battle starting in the forest? Yeah. So if I save, we should give ourselves like a potion or something. And then save and quit. And I should see that it's uploading a JSON file. Still isn't. Hey, Pige. I'm kind of learning. I'm like really struggling with adding Steam Cloud. I don't think it should be this hard. I think I'm just making it hard. So if I continue from here, that's what I expect. But over here, it says that we have 0 files. All right, well, let's check it again. I mean, how many mistakes could I possibly make here, right? So here's what it thinks I have as my thing, and it starts like that. So if we just try going to this directory, it says it doesn't exist. What if I do that? That exists. Okay. And now we have a bunch of JSON files. I don't see a problem with that. What am I missing? No launch record found. Skipping, looking for files added. No launch record. Oh, so you need a launch from Steam? Wait. Yeah, no, hold on. My brain, it hurts. I think I just launched from Steam and I'm fine because I moved where the save files are. So if I click this, it should persist them. And then, well, let's make sure this is, no, these aren't, I don't have my stuff because it's pulling from the wrong location. But it doesn't matter because it's still going to try to sync to the right location. All right, so if I'm not mistaken, now that should have synchronized them. I don't think it did. I am not sure if this worked, but I expect that this would now have more than 0 files there. But it doesn't look like anything happened. It still says 0. What am I missing? What am I missing? So here's, let me write down what I think should have happened here. Like I set auto cloud up with a pre-release game and Windows, Mac, Linux settings. So the settings have to be correct for this to even try pulling any data or like syncing any data. So the pre-release stuff was running, where is it? This stuff. Where'd that new thing go? I lost it. Ah, here it is. Pre-release stuff is all this. Hey, Takel. I'm doing well, but I'm a little bit lost right now. The Mac settings. Okay, so let me think about this. This may only work when launching through Steam directly. I have an old playtest version on Steam. It doesn't know about the new paths. Oh, I have an idea. Maybe I need to manually edit those files after starting the game, since the game won't do it. Some special colored keycaps I ordered from Australia to the UK have arrived. Hopefully next week or two for actual hardware. Nice, 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 nice. Did they give you tracking on, I mean, I know you said hopefully next week or two, but is there going to be tracking information? Okay, I'm pretty sure I can get this to work. And this is a super hacky configuration. So here's what we do. We go to money. We set money to 101. You know, 123. That's a more obvious value. Then we quit the game. It should detect that one of those files changed. Let's see. What? It's so confused by this. It says starting sync, auto cloud checking local state for user 1010302303. I guess that's me. Skipping rule 0 because it does not run on our platform. Need to sync from local change number 0 to global change number 0, but not attempting now. Why not attempting now? What? And skipping rule 0 because it doesn't run on our platform. Is that because I have it set to Windows by default? Because that's what it said to do. Oh, hey, there's a... Oh my God. This is so frustrating. Okay, I'm going to show you a picture of what, or I'll just copy paste this text. Here's what it says. It says preview. This maps to tilde library. There's no slash here, but on Linux, I set up the exact same thing. And on Linux, it says maps to tilde slash. So yeah, this is not a path on Mac. But I didn't need to put the slash on Linux. I guess I should have. Okay, well, maybe that's what's going wrong then. I'll write this down in my notes too. This is a mess. Right about how the Mac path has to start with a slash if it's in your home directory, even though Linux doesn't have to. There's a preview right below the roots. Oh, no. Now there are 2 slashes for Linux. Okay, you're not supposed to put 2 slashes there then. Fine. All right, I'm going to save this. We're going to try this again. They're waiting for the stock to come in. Yeah. It's because of my stream. Lots of people are ordering corn keyboards. Actually, so I know you ordered one. I think DevDad said that he ordered one too. And then there are a few people on Discord who've already gotten theirs. The nerdery spreads. All right, I've published another thing. I am really, really hoping that this works now. Steam user data, what is this? Oh, right, Lily58, sorry, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, what I meant is one of these kinds of keyboards. I thought I was being serious. It's not like I'm going to cause a stock shortage in the world. All right, so we're not going to modify anything here. I'm just going to quit the game, and we're going to see if it saved these things. I see nothing different. Excuse me. Hey, Axel. I look at it and go, you can type on that? Yeah. Everyone who sees my keyboard in real life always asks me about it. All right, did this find any files? No, 0. All right, all right, all right. I still have an idea. We launch... Maybe we don't need to launch this from Steam this whole time. Steam is still printing out the same stuff, whether I launch it from here or I launch it from Steam. But yeah, now what I wonder is, what if I change the save file so instead of 1, 2, 3, it's 4, 5, 6? And then we exit. It should detect that there was a change. Currently already synced to global change number 4, so it should be nothing to download. I don't know what this means. How does anyone figure this out? Like, am I being... I must be dense about this somehow, and I don't know how. Let me look at this one more time. User profile, app data roaming, SCala save data, synchronized settings, maps to library, application support, SCala save data, synchronized settings. So if I just copy paste this in, this is presumably where I already was, right? Yeah. And then we have some JSON files there. What I think might be going on is that it's trying to, like, it expects me to try saving here somehow. I don't think that makes sense, though. That wouldn't make sense. To test locally from a Steam Deck, connect your Steam Deck with a dev kit. Is this like a physical thing? That link doesn't even go anywhere. Okay, well, that's a shame. To use a console C here. Guessing this doesn't go anywhere either. No, it doesn't. So this documentation is broken. And then in the console. Yeah. Hey, man, then. Is that mechanical too? Yeah, this is mechanical. Yeah, and this keyboard's also RGB. I just broke the RGB. So, like, it only works on the left half of the keyboard. Well, it looks pretty nice over here. Just doesn't work on the right half. What am I missing? Launch your app from Steam. Check the console for activity. Okay, so would this work if I didn't launch through Steam, but still had Godot Steam set up to use the playtest key? It shouldn't matter for my scenario in terms of just getting files to exist. Got to save up for YouTube how to fix. I've tried fixing it, and I don't want to build another keyboard. Time for a quick break and reset. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. All right. Thanks, Chef Alden. Okay, so I'll take a quick break. I'll be back in a little bit. Is it jump time? It's jump time. Hello again. Hey, Kiwi Bites. All right, close the game. So let's see. What are we missing? The Mac path is set correctly. Even if it were not going cross-platform, I should still see the files that we have here. What does get sync platforms? Specified file will synchronize to. I don't think I need any of this other stuff. Man, I don't know what I'm missing. They have replace path set. I set that too. Hey, Goo. Just want to say I'm happy seeing YouTube vids lately. Yeah, they end today. I might make some more tomorrow, though. It all depends on how today goes right now. And yeah. Oh, hey, they have application support. Oh my God, maybe it's a space in the path. I did not see that. Wow. Okay, yeah, I think we should be using this. Okay, hold on, let me write that down. Actually, I should be using this instead of Mac Home in that case. Does Linux have an equivalent of what I should be using there? No. That's okay, though. So now I got to edit this. Oh, we're going to get this to work. So now what do they have as their path? They just have Unity. Okay, so you don't need the slash for this for some reason. You then don't need a leading slash. Okay. This might work. It might. I don't know. But now it says the exact same thing that it said before, right? Yes, exactly the same. But I think the space that I'd put here might be interpreted incorrectly, or it would interpret the tilde incorrectly. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how they choose to do this. So whatever. Let's just save this and try this. I really hope this works. This is the last thing I could think of. And I'm going to really have to... dig deep to find anything else that I could try here. Okay, so now we will run from here. Oh, please work. All right, what does it say when I start up? Nothing really special. Let's try... Wait, what? Server response failed. Oh no, is it Steam maintenance time? It's Tuesday. God, wouldn't that just be the cherry on this cake? All right, did it try syncing anything? Did it work? I think it might have seen that there are no changes to any of the files. If I run through here, it's probably going to say there are 0 files. I'll try the same thing, but I'll actually try modifying a file. Yeah, 0. Okay, let's try modifying a file. Fine. So here's the correct file over here. Let's just load this one more time just in case I was wrong about that. All right, so now let's try 789, save. So now, as far as Steam is concerned, it'll just see that there was a file change. It doesn't know that I didn't make it through the game. So now I quit this. And it should try uploading that JSON file. It doesn't even, it's not even mentioning JSON files. It's only mentioning VDF files. Could I delete these from my system now? Like if I just go delete save.json, or well, let's not delete it. Let's call it save backup. Oh, I already have save backup. Save to. And now if I load this again, if it makes say, oh no, it wouldn't do that though, because it'd be pulling from a different location. No, wait, no, it would. But it didn't. Yeah, something's wrong. I don't know what I'm missing here. This is quite the puzzle. Am I missing anything else? This is for the playtest version that I'm doing this. Yeah. Three eight 38630. Yeah, that's correct too. What could I be doing wrong? There's a cloud icon next to the thing. This is what it looks like. Up to date. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong. All right, well, let's compare what I did here to this picture. User profile, app data, local low, default company, blah, whatever, maps to this. Yeah, my save data, synchronized settings. Map to exactly where I have this saved, which is this path. And if I just copy this path here and paste it, we should see that everything up until that matches. Yes. And I have the pattern set to star.json. Is that correct? Star.txt. Yeah, it looks like you can do that. What am I missing? I use different per OS. Company called this. The alternate paths are set and add replace and replace is enabled. With these, they'll be synchronized between the 3 folders as shown in the preview samples. In the preview samples. I think they mean these. Oh, this is for dynamic cloud sync. That's why I don't need to do anything for this. I'm not using that. But yeah, I don't see anything wrong with what I'm doing here. Launch your app from Steam, check the console for activity. If files already exist in the auto cloud paths, then you should see them being uploaded. Otherwise, save some files from your app and then close it to trigger sync. Okay, how about this? Let's try making a brand new file. Let's see if that works. Because I'm out of ideas. So let's save backup as save backup copy. Sure. Now we quit the game. And I should see that get synced. It is saying this. I don't know what this means. But the C might stand for cloud. So maybe the cloud API request user stats failed. I don't know. What else do we have here, though? It says no upload needed. Yeah, this suggests to me that this is cloud API. But why does it say no upload needed? Running auto cloud, skipping rule 0 because it doesn't run on our platform, skipping rule 0 because it doesn't run on our platform. This also makes me feel like it's just using the wrong rules here. Like rule 0 is presumably the Windows one, but we overrode that. Upload complete in build list, starting sync, running auto cloud, looking for new and updated files, evaluating rule 0 with root equals game install. What does this mean? And why is it recursive? And why is it binding controller stuff? Wait, that's a different app. What is 241100? That might be like Steam itself doing something? Because this is actually my application, and this is not my application. Can we figure out what application this is? Yeah, I only just noticed that. What is the Steam short link thing? Wait, do I even need that? Can I just type in app whatever? It doesn't show up. Would that have worked for Skeleseller though? It does. So I don't know what this mysterious app is. But maybe we ignore that. Okay, what does skipping rule 0 mean? Steam skipping rule 0. Cloud sync lost saves. Also, what's the Steam status right now? Has maintenance started? No, I don't think so. Not yet, at least. But as soon as that does happen, I'm going to be unable to make progress here. Weirdly, the only thing this even shows it's kind of close might be this. Skipping rule, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. For Steam controller configs. Oh, thanks, Jason. Huh. Well, that's why I see a bunch of controller configs syncing then. Or trying to sync, but there's no change to it. But then I see... stuff like this. Need to sync from local change number 0 to global change number 0, but not attempting now. And then it says eval complete. What's the but not attempting now part of this? Encounter unable to sync for particular game save files. One potential reason might be you exceeded the game's cloud capacity. You can check your saves over here? What? Seriously? Okay, hold on. Before I even look at that, remote storage. Did they tell you about that you can do this? Because I've read this page like 3 times now, and I don't remember seeing that. No, I don't see anything here. Does this link still work? That's the real question. I mean, here's what I see when I do this. View game files saved to your Steam cloud. Steam client number of files 1. 308 bytes. Yeah, sure. Show files. What is this? Shared config.vdf. So it's just not saving anything. Also, this is a great page to know about. This is exactly what I was talking about. So yeah, I see nothing. Right about this page, you can see your saved files for each game. Hey, can anyone else go to this who's like actually playing games on their Steam account? This is like a fake Steam account basically that I have. Not really, but I don't have any real games. When you go to that page, do you see whatever, you know, games that you've played? They do show up there, right? You don't need to like paste anything. It's just a yes or no question if anyone doesn't mind going to that. Because for me, I just don't have anything. But the only thing I would have had is Skeleseller, and clearly I've broken how this is supposed to work. You got hundreds. Okay, yeah. Thank you. What's that about? If I refresh this page, anything happen? No. Okay, let's restart Steam. I don't know if this was necessary, but I probably should have tried this a while ago. So let's just load up Steam again. I'm going to go nuts. All right, so now we go to this. Open. Then we type this. Then we type this. Then I launch the game. Is anything different happening? I know it only happens when you close the game. So, I mean, let's delete that and let's quit. Did it put files on here all of a sudden? I mean, so far, no. And it doesn't look like it's even trying to. Perform sync cloud, all synced up. All right, well, I don't see anything here. So, and this is my account, right? Let me take a look. Off screen, it should be though. Yeah. All right, well, again, I have to ask myself the question I feel like I've been asking myself a lot the last couple of weeks. What am I missing? Did they set this to recursive in their thing? They didn't. I mean, not that that would have necessarily mattered. I don't happen to have recursive directories for this. But yeah, I don't see anything else I could do. Oh, wait. They set this to all OSs. Oh my God. They said not to do that up above. I could have sworn they said not to do that. I know they wrote Windows here. Here, to enable cross-platform saves, you should define a single root path likely for Windows, then create root overrides for the other supported platforms. What's the likely for Windows part then? They set this to all OSs. I didn't do that. I hate this documentation. I'm going to try this. Yeah. I don't know what that line means about likely for Windows then. Like, did they just mean... Oh, man, I don't care. I'm just going to publish this and we're going to try this again. It's probably going to work because this is probably obvious to everybody else. And I actually read the documentation and got confused by that. I'm very salty. Doesn't say .txt, but you're editing JSON. Yeah. I'm not trying to match this exactly. I'm just trying to see what can I learn from this pattern. I do have .json for mine. But I think this was probably the issue. I probably need to set all OSs for this, and I just misinterpreted that line at the beginning. So let's go try this again. I'm expecting it to just work now. Because that makes sense. I mean, it's like you lock your reality into the understanding that you end up with. So now if I just quit here, does it sync a bunch of files? I mean, I guess we could just click this and find out. Nah, yeah, I didn't modify anything while I was playing, so that's possibly what happened. It's also possible it didn't actually update the cloud rules yet. Abby. Come on, girl. Good cat. Value, but not the OS clamp, and then override the clamp. I'm not totally sure what you mean by that, but I suspect this was probably the issue. Hey, Irad. Hey, I saw you made a lot more Italian progress. Thank you very much. Okay, let me start Steam again. I'm going crazy, Irad. Crazy. Have you gotten Steam Cloud working? Because I haven't, but I think I'm about to. All right, so now we got to do these same steps again. It is very rough. Wild West over here. Is it that bad? I think their documentation is not great. And I think that's the only real problem here. And I'm kind of surprised because I find that the rest of the Steam documentation is usually pretty good. Okay. So what's going on now? If I just quit this, does this work? What is that I see? Oh, it worked. So now if I refresh this page, yep, there's Skeleseller. Oh my god, I hate this. I hate this so much. That should not have taken that long. And I'm pretty sure I just misunderstood what they were saying here, but how else are you supposed to interpret this? To enable cross-platform saves, you should define a single root path likely for Windows, and then create root overrides for the other supported platforms. Files matching a given root path, which also has platform overrides, will sync to all the... Yeah, so what they failed to mention here is you need to set it as all OSs. This likely for Windows bit threw me off. I'm like so mad at that. I feel like I lost so much time and I tried everything. Tried everything. Okay. Well, anyway, yeah. So the big problem that I had, and I've got to write all these notes and make sense of these later. You need to have the Windows path specified as all OSs. The note about this is kind of garbage. Since it doesn't say what to set the drop down to. Oh, you know what? Oh my God. I think I know what happened. Okay, take a look. This screenshot doesn't have, there's something else that's not here. Maybe, I was going to say, I don't think they updated their documentation. But I don't see, no, never mind. I don't see what the difference is. Either way, it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, so what did I learn? I learned that I can do this now, and I need to try it for my Steam Deck, but I also need to, I wanted to test what happens if I say this. So can I click View Files? Can you download these? You can. Okay, so this one is, what are the file sizes? CM runs 138 bytes. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to load the game from here. And then I'm going to beat the next scenario. And that should increase the size of this file. Now I just quit. And now that should go up from 138 bytes. I think. Well, actually, just the time should change. Who cares about the bytes? It says 11:47 a.m. Which, first of all, what? How did they come up with that as a time? Oh, right, because I just hadn't modified the file. And now it's 2:31. Perfect. Wow, great. Okay, so yeah, you can even launch from outside of Steam. So that's a good thing to figure out. Yes, it works when you launch through VS Code, as long as Steam is open. All right, what else? Now I got to test on the Steam Deck, right? So let's go do that. I just need to turn this on. Oh, what's this? Okay, so now what I do is I go over to here and I click this button. And we hit stream, and what we should see is the bone mode button is there, and when we click it, we have a 3-second best time. It's not showing because, oh, I know why. Because the Steam Deck version doesn't know about the new location to pull files from. Okay. Is it a new toy? No, I like hardly use it. I feel bad. I got it thinking, oh, this is going to be great. And then I just never touched it. Well, I did touch it for some games, but I don't really use it. All right, well, I think this probably worked. And it's just not clear that it worked because there's no indication from inside this version of the playtest. But I need to make sure of that. But we have a slightly bigger problem. So what time is it? Because the cat's meowing her head off right now. Bigger problem is I moved where save files are. So the game needs to check the old locations and move them to the right spots. Oh, man. I'm just thinking really fast about this. I mean, we could just not do anything here. And everyone would lose all their save data. And we've already said, here's how you'd manually migrate it if you wanted to. Yeah, I think we just don't do anything with this. Game isn't out yet. Yeah, the game isn't out yet, but people have been playing the demo and I didn't want them to lose their data. I think we're just going to check this in. Man, I can't believe this. I'm like very upset at how this played out. Okay, so the only way we could test it on the Steam Deck is if I publish a new playtest version. I mean, I might as well just do that, right? Why not? Yeah, let's check this stuff in. Let's publish a new Steam Deck version and let's test out the rest of this. This I should also write down in my notes. I'm going to have a lot of notes on this. For the one that wants to continue from there, you can release a guide. Yeah. And that's what I'm going to do. I think that's probably pretty reasonable. I do feel a little bit bad about it though. But the way I looked at it is we've had like, I don't know, 9,500 demo players. So many of them were a long time ago that their save files wouldn't work no matter what. So of the maybe, I don't know, 1,500 demo players who are sort of recent, how many will buy the game? And I don't know, maybe it's like 200. And then of those 200, how many would have started a new file anyway? And now we're talking such small numbers for people who actually would have like, well, they would have had a file that we could migrate and they wanted to continue from their old file. And yeah, it's probably some amount. I mean, if it's 100%, it'd be 200 people. It's not crazy. And then of those, how many will find that I posted some instructions on the Steam forums? By the way, I was inspecting the straw. I'm going to clean this. I'll leave a bad review for sure. The Italian translation is terrible in this game. Who did this? I would have never translated it this way. All right, so publish a new playtest version of the game and then test that roaming between devices works. That's why you put it all in the game? But what all in the game? It's a good name for the city. Did you come up with that? Because I actually did not look at the name for it. Let's find out. Skella Town. Other languages. Ah, yeah. Is there a comment for this? No. I'm guessing Borg is like town. I don't know why I'm doing it this way. I could have done it the other way. No, it's nothing specifically. Yeah, the word for bone I knew. I think it's the same. Oh, I see. Ah, village. That is pretty good. I like that a lot. Good job. Yeah. All right, I'm just kind of fiddling around here. Let's go close out everything else that I did here. Oh man, this is crazy. Like one of the things that's kind of nice about this is when Skeleseller is done, and not necessarily launch, maybe I still work on it afterward, I'm going to start a new game. And then I'm going to do all of these same things, right? I'm probably going to localize it. I'm probably going to have Steam Cloud saving. I'm probably going to blah, blah, blah. And now I have all these notes so that ideally, if this took me, let's make up a number, 8 hours over the course of like 2 or 3 days, which it definitely shouldn't have, that in the future, it should take me 1 hour or 2 hours or maybe 4 if I do some crazy new scenario. But it shouldn't take me 8 hours again. All right, so path to save file is not a thing anymore. So I guess let's write some comments about this stuff. Do you already know what game is next? What's it about? I do know what game is next, and I have only briefly talked about it on stream, and I want to wait before talking about it more because I have a lot of things I want to do with that first. Oops, how do I turn this off? There we go. Yeah, so I'll probably be sharing more details in maybe like 2 or 3 months. But I do plan on streaming the development. I think there are a lot of reasons why this new game kind of makes sense to me. And I'm hoping it's fun to make. Yeah, like I want to work more on the idea. So just to give you an example, like you've seen me take notes a ton on this stream, right? Imagine that I have a note like new game and then just a whole bunch of ideas spewed into it. Like this idea might be totally incompatible with this idea. I hate this mouse. Oh, hey, I can't even do that. That's weird. Oh, I'm pretty sure that should work. Oh, strange. Okay. Well, anyway, a couple of these ideas might be incompatible, and I haven't even looked through them enough to know that. I haven't fleshed things out. I haven't figured out like what's the demo going to be. So yeah, I just have a lot of ideas. And I've been working on some music too, just in my spare time. I've got some ideas there. So it's like, some ideas are coming together. I want to think about it a lot longer. If I pub, yeah, first afternoon stream in a while. So see this for why user is used here. This path in particular is to settings that do not roam via Steam Cloud. This path is to save data that does roam via Steam Cloud. E.g. volume levels. E.g. town saves, best times in bone mode, etc. Cool. Okay, so that's the only change I made to that file, right? Yep. Great. Now let's look through this. Game saver changed in a lot of different places. This is kind of sort of tedious. Get save file path. Yeah, I think it's probably okay though. This didn't need to exist. Backup. Oh, wait a second. We don't need to save these backup files. We're basically like doubling our cloud usage by doing that, huh? What do we do then? Maybe only save backups if we're not using Steam Cloud. Does that make sense? Does it make sense? I mean, the easy solution is just ignore this, because who cares? But yeah, I think we should do something about this. Do you prototype them to test if they're fun? I will be prototyping this one. I just haven't done it yet. I liked idea 5. Well, I'm definitely investing in that one. What did you decide about the save route? We're going with the easy path. So yeah, users will have to go on the Steam forums to find out how to manually transfer their save data from... Ooh, I just realized something. I should publish the new demo that uses Steam Cloud so that people will have their data migrated. If I do this, pair it with instructions on the Steam forums. If they want a backup saved locally and by default to be off. I'm not going to add an option for this. This is just a safety precaution that hopefully no one ever even needs to know exists. Ignore it. Small times small is still small. Cloud save is capped to a certain amount, but yeah, these are pretty small files. And even at their largest size should not be more than like 50 kilobytes. So yeah, maybe we just ignore this. But it is kind of silly to have all these. I mean, to not back up the save files would be pretty easy. Because I think we only use this when we autosave. Yeah. So what we could do is we could just say if you're on Steam, can you tell if cloud save is on? I don't know if you can do that. Let's look at methods for that. Cloud. Is cloud enabled for account? Is cloud enabled for app? Maybe this is all we need to do. And we just say if it's not enabled, then just save the backup. Can you delete files from here? You can't. How many plays can you save in the space of this VOD size? Is it possible any scenario when a save file can be corrupted? If not, or very rare, then just ignore it. It's always possible, I think, because I don't think there's such a way to like atomically persist something to disk. I guess you could. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about how disks work, but like in the middle of writing a file, the power could go out, right? Like imagine you just pull the plug on your computer as you're writing a 10 gigabyte file. Like that file is not going to be correct on your hard drive. It might not be. But anyway, this is all hypothetical. I shouldn't keep talking about this. What am I doing? I'm looking this up. Yeah. Checks if the per game Steam Cloud setting is enabled for this user. If they disable it in game properties, ensure that you're also checking this as these two options are mutually exclusive. Really? They are? Sounds strange. So if I go to properties, where do you even change that? Hang on a second, let me look at this. Yeah, where do you do this? I know there's a way to turn it off. I don't know how. Steam turn off cloud for game. Right click a game, properties under general, cloud sync can be toggled. Oh, this doesn't show up because I still have it in developer mode, maybe? What's it supposed to show under? Properties? I don't even see properties here. Does it have one? Oh, there it is. No, wait, that. Steam Cloud. Keep game saves in Steam Cloud. All right, so if I turn this off, can't I also, hang on, engage privacy mode. I don't know what's going to show when I do this. Engage privacy mode. Hello, computer. Thank you, computer. All right, yeah. Let's go back to this. So cloud, here we go. So enable Steam Cloud. There's a setting there. So if I turn that off, it changes this. Steam Cloud disabled in global Steam settings. I see. That's why it's mutually exclusive. So if I turn this back on now I can choose to turn this on. Okay, got it. But in that scenario, the unplugging the laptop, Steam will also have the correct version of that file. Wouldn't the OS not override that file while writing it? So the way that Steam works for this stuff is Steam only persists the files to the cloud when closing the game. Unless you enable the dynamic thing, which I didn't. And the dynamic thing is for Steam Deck anyway, for sleep mode. So you'll try writing the file to disk, then you unplug your computer, so it won't get written. Now, next time you start the game, Steam is going to see, hey, you have files on Steam Cloud, and you could either get those or you could maybe keep your corrupted file, I guess. So like Steam will never have corrupted files, but Steam won't always have up-to-date files because you do have to quit your game for them to be up-to-date. And this is why, by the way, if any of you have ever played a game on Steam Deck and you've made some progress and then you just put the thing to sleep and then you pick up another computer or like go to your desktop or something like that, and then you're like, where's my progress? It's because they didn't implement the dynamic thing that I was talking about. Excuse me. Water. All right, so that's what I'm thinking of doing here. We go into Game Saver, and won't this still be wrong, though? We should probably just put backups in another location. And maybe I should just make a folder called backups. Yeah, that'd be easy. In fact, actually just saying this false here would also solve our problem. But then we probably shouldn't name these things settings. Path to local settings. Yeah, why don't we just say path to local save data? Whoops, let's do it that way. And we just call it local. And then we say path to synchronized save data. We call this synchronized. And then we just save this one to the local one. Yeah, that'll do it. We don't synchronize this to Steam Cloud since that would be unnecessary, since the cloud is already the backup. So assuming a play on Scala Seller produces 13 kilobytes of save data on average, and 4-hour stream here on Twitch would be roughly 10 to 11 gigabytes. They had 800,000 save games in a 4-hour VOD. So yeah, while that is true, this is not the kind of comparison that I think a user would make. Like if I were playing Stardew Valley and I was like, oh, my save file is like 1 gigabyte. I have the gigabyte to spare, but I'd be like, that's absurd. Like, there's no reason. Are they saving molecules of the plants that I'm growing? So yeah, I think users would still expect it to be pretty small. Hey, Leapirgo, are you getting ahead of the marketing well? Glad you're able to stream this late in my day, in my time zone. I think the marketing's going okay. I pushed a bunch of shorts onto YouTube, and the final one is now there on YouTube. And none of the ones after the tutorial one did all that well. The tutorial one didn't even do all that well, I guess. It's about 7,000 views. The other ones are all about 2,000. So it's not bad. It probably drew some wish lists to the game. And I mean, they could always get more views over time. If we look at the last week of wish lists, the growth over the previous week was about 69% more. Previous week was at 243, and we got 411 this week. So the daily average, like, you know, it went up by a decent amount. But it's not like a life-changing amount. If we look at all history here, would we notice this blip in the graph? Yeah, it's noticeable. So yeah, I think it had some effect. It wasn't like this blip. This is huge. So yeah, we need this number to just shoot up. Actually, I guess this is where you see them very distinctly. Like, when was there a large growth in this? What happened in June? Two things. Next Fest and a couple of people made Scala Seller videos without me even reaching out to them. So Idle Cubs video came out then, and a Vox video came out then. And combined, they got 160,000 views since then. And that's like crazy to see, right? You look at this graph and the first thing your brain goes to is like, what was that? And then you're like, oh, it was 2 YouTubers who did that? Yeah, that's why people put a lot of stock in influencers, because that's the effect it can have. Now, if the game were out, instead of seeing 1,200 sales, you might see like 200 or something, but that still would have been a huge blip over what would probably normally be like 1 or 2 sales. So yeah, pretty nice. Okay, so we should test this. And there's got to be a way for me to delete these files. So if I start this up, it should say that they have the file. It doesn't. What did I do? And what am I supposed to do here? Next fest, next fest. Next fest accounted for maybe, I think, 400 wish lists. And those YouTubers accounted for thousands. This still doesn't print anything. This scares me. Get file count. Total number of local files synchronized by Steam Cloud. Oh, maybe this doesn't work the way I thought it did. I don't know. Can I just delete a file? If I get rid of the backup files, let's say I delete those, what happens? Does it get deleted from here? They do? Oh, wow. Okay, well, that would have also minimized my concern. Because I thought those would just be there forever, and I would need to write some special code to get rid of them. But it's basically just like rsyncing the directory. Let's go, Busto. Thanks for the resub. Happy 9 months. Has anyone done enough logistic regression to determine the long tail of wish lists? For example, do those 400 from NextFest translate to 450 due to boost in organic visibility? I don't think so. If anyone, Chris Sikowski would be doing that stuff. He's said on this matter that at least wishlist age doesn't tend to have any impact on the chance to convert. Like if someone added a game to their wishlist 3 years ago, they're just as likely, apparently, as someone from like a month ago. Wouldn't it be better if you had a peak on like March 16th? So the thing that happens on March 17th, because these are wish lists, what Valve will do is they email everyone who wishlisted the game when certain events happen. It releases, or there's a sale, or maybe just those two things. Maybe if there's an update, I don't know. At least there. So the release will email a whole bunch of people. So at that point, you might have forgotten about it, and then you'd be like, "Oh, let me go to the Steam page." And if you're like, "Oh yeah, that game, that's out now. Let's see what the price is." And then you scroll down, and you're like, $12.75 on discount. I'm not getting that. And then you go away and you unwishlist the game. And I'm a very sad panda. So that's what's probably going to happen. All right. So what are we doing here? We're testing this out again. I guess we're starting from scratch. What's that? Steam AutoCloud.vdf. Account ID. Oh, interesting. Oh, yeah, interesting. Okay, so let's delete all this stuff. So if they're not on my local system, when I go to play the game, they should be put onto my local system, right? So they should just get downloaded here. They did not. Oh, right, because I moved where it is. It's in synchronized now. I'm breaking everything. All right, let's delete that. Let's delete that. Hey, Diambro. Hope they have a bounce metric for that. There might be. I think when launch happens, I'm going to be... I'm going to be all over the place. Will you put it on sale, or was that just a funny thing? No, it will be on sale. It'll be $15 minus 15%, so $12.75. But there's also going to be local pricing. So, like, this won't be the price in India, for example, or in Russia or Brazil. But it will probably roughly be that price in Europe and in the UK and, well, Europe, EU, and UK. I mean, I don't want to see how to be a sad panda. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that stuff too much. Plus, there's nothing I can really do about it peaking just at March 16th. I'd have to like focus all my marketing efforts then. And a lot of the conventional marketing wisdom is that there's some amount of penetration needed from ads. So like the first time you see an ad, it's like, you know, whatever, let's say 10% chance to buy. Then you see it again, and now it's maybe like a 25% chance to buy or something. And then the third time you see it, maybe it goes up a little bit more. And eventually you hit some point where it's like, well, the companies figured it was worthwhile to show you that many ads. Now you actually go buy the thing, but it took a few times to convince you. Is this a common thing? The launch pricing? Yeah, it's a pretty common thing. Would you trust it? Yes, I would trust it. I would very much expect them to have data on this stuff. And I'll give you an example of, where is this? So here are the prices that are planned. I'll just say some of them, for example. So like 14.79 euros. So it's 15 US dollars. That's a price I definitely know. But like Brazilian reals, 46.99. Yen, 1700. I don't know. There's like a whole bunch of different ones on here. Yeah, rupees, 690. So they made those conversions, and they're not just a direct currency conversion. It's like $15 US is more than 700 rupees, but people in India wouldn't pay that much for a game. Well, not for this game. Steam as a cloud service, yeah. It's what syncs your save data. It's not like a generic cloud. Like you don't just go store any random files on it. You just save data on it. I'm worried it would look weird, like non-rounded amounts. Yeah, it might. I guess I could change them or set them myself. I don't... Let me look at that again and see if any of them are very weird. I don't think I can just show you all of them. Yeah, a lot of them end in 79 or 50. Yeah, the ending numbers are just those, I think. There's a 90. And then, yeah, there's a very weird one that's 268. That's Taiwanese dollars. But in general, I think they're pretty reasonable. I also don't think people probably care about this too much, and they're probably used to seeing it because probably lots of game developers do this sort of thing. Isn't it suggested to have the pricing lower or higher? Yeah, and that's what Steam does for you. So that's why I trust that they're doing this well. Okay, so this is looking good. This is fine. Probably. We just don't save this to your synchronize thing. So it doesn't matter if you're on Steam or not. Yeah, I mean, all this looks pretty reasonable. This part I don't like. Yeah, I don't like that that's in two different places. Path to synchronize save data. Okay, so private, static, string, git, base, save directory. Okay, now we call this from over here. And then also over here. I'll do that. Cool. All right, local settings. There should just be one change. Yep, looks good. Run history saver. Same basic things. Looks fine. Oh yeah, what happens when you click this? Nice. Yeah, nice. Let's quit out of this. So I don't drive myself nuts with title screen music. What is this doing? Initialize. Hey, Katie, I didn't know you streamed. Thanks for the raid. Are you doing art stuff on stream? Do you get that a lot, by the way? That I didn't know you streamed. I'll have to check out your stream. And hey, Jay. Let me write this down in my... I don't even know when. I'll just write afternoon here again, even though I already have an afternoon section. Make sure to follow. Yeah, how'd it go? Is there a well-defined way to calculate purchasing power? Are there many different ways to calculate it? I mean, I've heard a bunch of different metrics, like a Big Mac index or a milk index or something like that, where it's like, well, how many gallons of milk can you buy with $1 or fractions of a gallon of milk? And yeah, that's probably some way to measure it. But I think in general, at least when it comes to Steam, it's mostly like, what are the relative sales compared to other games based on all pricing data that we have, and knowing that this probably updates maybe every year or two. Making some 3D bits for your game. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Hey, Hamster. Yeah, for those new here, I am working on a game called Skeleseller. There is a link to the Steam page here. I will just chat and let the trailer play. Typical financial indices, but it's in context of arbitrage. Doubtful that's what Steam uses. Yeah, I think, like I said, I think Steam has so much data that they probably have a pretty good idea what people are willing to pay. And at least they can probably get an idea for how good a game is based on how much people buy it, and then maybe reviews as well. So that if, let's say I don't know. Yeah, anyway, I guess there are a lot of factors, but yeah, they probably have a lot of data. It's like throwing a meal together. Toddler? I doubt it. I don't think you've seen my art. My art is crying toddler level. The finger paint is with tears. Here's a consolation. Steam has a direct incentive to sell as many copies of your game as possible on your behalf. When incentives are aligned, breathe a sigh of relief. Capitalism is working in your favor. Hurrah. Capitalism will get that number down to 29% for me because there'd be a competitor. All right. So this was all pointless. I don't know why this didn't work. But I guess I don't care anymore. So let's delete it. So I want to check this in. This is pointless. Yeah, so check this in and probably just this. Why is Steam? Oh, because that's my Steam. Okay, so relocate the Steam init function. Oh, I meant to write a comment for why I did that. Why did I do this? Right, I remember. We have a specific class to initialize Steam, despite that Godot has, oh, what's it called? I don't remember the name of this feature. It is initialize on startup. Because we don't want Steam running, or we don't want to try using Steam features at all if we're on an itch build, if we're on a non-Steam build. For example, an itch user who just so happens to have Steam open shouldn't start using Steam Cloud, or else they'll... Wait, that's not even true about them losing their save file now. That's not a thing that happens. Maybe just not achievements. Or else they could overwrite save data. It's still something that could happen. I'm just going to delete this. I don't think this makes sense anymore, though. I sell 3D models as a business, so I should be better. But the fact that you're able to sell them means that you are good enough for people to value your product. So you must be good. I think you're just being modest. I think the notes are better than the comments because I have some garbage here that I now need to update. A bunch of notes over here. I want to mention something specific. Publishing sales on itch and Steam. When a player downloads a game on itch, shouldn't try using Steam Cloud even if Steam is running. It's not an intentional choice from the user. If you somehow, and I don't know who would ever do this, but if you bought the game on itch and you bought the game on Steam, and then you try switching between the versions, you'll lose your itch save file. There's no way for me to stop that, is there? I could stop it, but then you'll run into other scenarios that would be problematic Like, what happens if you got the demo on itch and you wanted to buy the Steam version? Yeah, that's why that's a bad idea. Okay, let's just focus on programming, learning the game engine, less about the art. It's all a little thrown together. I see what you mean. I think it's good figuring out what your priorities are. And it sounds like you're capable of doing the art, at least to a higher degree, if you want to in the future. Let's say you're done with the programming to some extent. All right, so when a player downloads a game from itch, shouldn't try using Steam Cloud even if Steam's running, since it's not an intentional choice from the user. This isn't something that happens. Note, at the time of writing, everything uses the same save path. This is kind of stupid too, isn't it? What am I writing? Like, why'd I separate these things? I think the reason why is kind of obsolete now. The itch build could use its own path, but I do think there will be some people who get the demo on itch and then the full version on Steam, at which point you'd want them to use the same path probably. But I also don't think this scenario is going to be common enough for me to ever worry about. Steam on multiple competitors. I don't want multiple platforms for my PC games. Well, it depends on how those competitors work and how they let you operate. So let's say they were all DRM free and now some open source product opened up where it was like, hey, manage all your games in one spot. You might still not want that because of reasons like having achievements in different platforms. But I don't know. There could be workarounds for that could still allow for multiple competitors. Plus, it would probably drive down prices for you and increase the quality of those products. All right, does any of this make any sense anymore? We don't even use the itch build thing, do we? Oh God, we don't. We use this for one thing and it's just here. I guess it's safe to do this. I guess it's safe to do this. I already did it. I'm not going to undo it. Yeah, so should I ever want to, like, at the time of writing, I only initialize Godot Steam when on the Steam build. Although there's not much reason for this, since Steam initialization isn't too impactful. And I don't use anything Steam specific yet that would break the itch build. I distinguished builds by making 3 more exports. Yeah. Okay, well, that's that. Well, the note's good. Cool. Great. I modified this. Yeah, sure. All right, so amend the last commit. Yay, now we go check this stuff in. I would love to not think about this anymore. Yeah, the rest of this looks good. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Katie, if you have... Oh, man, what? 64,000 sales. That's really good. Also, I assume you mean last year? You don't mean in the last like month and 10 days, right? Because if so, that's incredibly good. But yeah, so I assume you mean 2025. But anyway, if you have any links you want to share, feel free to. Will you end up setting up automatic deploy for Steam or Itch? So you're about to see that process, I think, as soon as I check this in, because I want to do the deploy for the playtest version. Let me just make sure. So this is like setup for Steam Cloud. This should basically fix this issue. Did I answer all these questions? Deciding where to write your save files. Be sure the path is unique. Does this impact already saved data? Yeah, I mean, I guess it did. So demo or like pre-cloud data. This relocates everyone's save files, which will make it seem like they're starting fresh. I'll post on the Steam forums about how to work around this. Fixes that. Oh, that is a great issue to fix. Okay, let's go publish a new playtest version. So Irad, I'll show you what I have automated here. I have something called the release tool. And when I click this button, this is the latest I've seen you live. Yeah, for a long time, I was streaming in the mornings and most afternoons until I started shifting into pre-launch mode. Steam Cloud support is optional, right? Yes, it is. Yeah, they do not require that you support it. So this is my release tool. It asks what build flavor do I want to release. I have demo, playtest, and release. The demo and release are pretty obvious. The playtest version was a specific set of Steam keys to get access to. Only about 70-something people have access to it. So publishing this is pretty safe to do because it doesn't impact a lot of people. So now I pick a version. It just automatically guesses the next version for me. I press enter and it exports all the builds and then asks if I want to upload them to Steam. And at that point, we'll be able to test this, roaming between devices. So I will craft a scenario for that. How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? I want to... Oh, they're deleted? What? What? Why are all the files gone? Maybe. I don't know how that's possible. Yeah, I don't know how that's possible. Because I have a file there right now, but it's not here. Maybe I quit my game in a strange way. Or maybe this is due to Steam maintenance. Steam status. As soon as it starts, like I said, that's going to be it. Did maintenance start? I don't think so. I'm not super concerned that this is gone right now, but I would like to know why that happened. But yeah, so anyway, this release process takes a decent amount of time because it's got to export 6 builds now. All right, take care, Leap Year Girl. Sleep well. So how many have we done? 1, 2, 3. I should probably have it print how many more builds it has left. I mean, I know it's only 6, so you only have to count how many of these. So now it's on number 4. So yeah, I kind of want to parallelize this. Maybe I can get them all done in like 40 seconds. That sure would be great. But that's something that now is probably never going to take priority. Especially because while this is happening, I could always be like writing patch notes or something, which I probably should have been doing, but I'm not going to do that now. I also published a new demo version, but did not make it live on the default branch. All right, so we're on Linux Steam. Then we just have Linux itch left to do. Actually, it's needlessly creating the itch versions because there is no playtest version on itch. But yeah, do you want to upload to Steam? I say yes. And it uploads. And it should be done very soon. Why is it taking so long? Why is that taking so long? Don't see the point of parallelizing. The export process, at least. There are 6 builds there. Yeah, it depends on how long it takes to code. Yeah, but the 6 builds take like 3 minutes to make. So if they went down to 1 minute, I mean, that'd be a pretty decent time savings. All right, this is spooky. I already fixed this issue earlier. Oh, wait. Oh, this might be because of Steam maintenance. In which case, we would see that Steam status page just tank, right? You'll likely use this 50 more times. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so this thing dropped. That is probably what's causing problems, if I had to guess. Although I don't exactly know what that's about. And it says it's down for routine maintenance every Tuesday. Yeah, maybe that's what's causing this hold up. I mean, I'll give it a little bit longer. Or actually, you know what I could probably do? I could probably just try running this from here, right? Let me do this off screen really fast. It says cache credentials not found. Why is it doing this? Engage privacy mode. I don't know why it's doing this. Steam. This account is protected by Steam Guard. Approved the sign in. Man, I shouldn't have to do this so often. I wonder if this is going to happen every single time now. Or if it only caches it for a very short amount of time. So now I got to rerun this. No, that's a shame. And it didn't tag the build. Oh, great. All right, so I guess just delete all this stuff. New version, prompt for new version. Yeah, so we just delete that. All right. So this should be much faster now, and it should actually work. Oh, right. I gotta have it not checked to make sure there are no git changes present. All right, so playtest. It should be the same version it picked earlier, which is 0929. Yeah, perfect. And do you want to upload to Steam? Yes. And it should be done. Invalid operation. VDF file does not contain the expected placeholders. Well, I'm glad I wrote that. So easy to fix. But I've been burnt. Oh wait, oh sorry, I'm not even showing you my screen. There was nothing private about what I'm doing. My bad, everybody. This better work. And if it finishes in the next like 10 seconds, I think we're fine. Otherwise, it's probably still asking for credentials. Good. Good, good, good. Okay, so now we go on to Steam and we just click the button. Click the button. Default. This is 0929. Set build live. Yeehaw. Now go confirm it. Done. All right, what did I change over here? Nothing important. Okay, so the playtest version is now live. So if I look at Steam, I should have a new version over there. It doesn't show it, but there's some way to do this. I think if I go to properties and go to this. That did not work. I think just restarting Steam probably works. Let's just restart Steam. What? Shouldn't there be an update here? No connection. Is there a way to get the build ID? There is, right? Installed files, general. updates. There. Build ID. 485 is what it ends in. No, it should end in 560. Huh. I did everything I should do. Should be live. Yeah. I even restarted Steam, right? Did I not restart it correctly? Okay, definitely closed. Definitely open. Still not detecting it. Okay, well, I bet if I give it a little bit of time, it'll find it. So now on my Steam Deck, let's see if it finds it. I'm going to go into regular gaming mode here. Nothing's updating. Nothing's happening on the Steam Deck. Oh, now it is. All right, so Skeleseller playtest. Same deal over here. It doesn't know that there's an update. Huh. So let's just click play, see what happens. Yeah, it's 2.8. That's wrong. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get this to detect a new version. Get Steam to detect new update. Check only update, not detecting game updates. Database store queue 90-minute delay. This is probably it now. Oh, I really wanted to test this. I basically wanted to be done with this. And it just won't find the update. I wonder if we change branches. I'd have to like make a fake branch. All right. Well, I guess we can't. Do I still have that tab open? No. Yeah, I guess I can't. All right. Well, we'll test it some other time. So test the roaming between devices works. We still need to do those magical instructions. This. And then this. Play test VDF. And then this. And then start the game on Mac OS. Get some obvious amount of progress. Set money to 789 and then load from Steam Deck. Make more progress. Load on Mac again and make sure progress is kept. Oh, these notes are all going to get deleted. In fact, I should start deleting them now, huh? Yeah. Goodness. Okay, so wait. There was something I just had there. Oh, yeah. The structure. Write my save structure. Save data. And then local and synchronized. I think that's probably pretty good. This didn't just detect it, did it? No. Oh, man. You know, one of the things I've been doing after the streams is I've been reaching out to influencers and press. I've been like slowly working my way through the list. There are a lot more people to email though. Now what I've noticed is that not everyone responds, but they sometimes claim the Steam key anyway. So that one of these days I'll probably just Google Skeleseller and I'll see an article on it and I'll be like, oh, I emailed that person. Like, why won't they get back to me? I know some of them it's that they're busy, but if they end up making a video or doing an article anyway, like there's nothing now. I don't necessarily think it's rude, maybe a tiny bit, but I recognize that people are busy. I think especially like influencers get swamped with stuff. Press probably gets swamped with, yeah, like low quality requests. And then possibly AI and just spam bots have exacerbated all of this. Have you considered using Obsidian or other note-taking apps? I do use Obsidian. In fact, I very extensively use Obsidian. I keep those notes on this site. Hard at work. Hey, Cypher. I also use Google Docs, and I have the why Google Docs command. Maybe people just want to check out the game before they get back to you. Yeah, that could be it too. And then they find out that they like it. I think when they're going to make a video, though, well, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's just a fact of life. Like, you'll email 100 people. Only X of those will look at your thing, and only Y of those people will actually respond to you or do something about it. And there are a lot of nice people out there. Okay, what am I doing? What are we brainstorming? I am toward the end of my day. We're working on a game called Skeleseller. And what I did today is I added in Steam Cloud. I really want to test it, but for whatever reason, Steam is not showing me an update for my app. And I think the reason why is that Tuesday is maintenance day. So it's probably just undergoing maintenance now because I've never had to wait this long for it to detect an update. And usually restarting Steam works. So now we're just kind of wrapping up some stuff. But welcome to stream, Maya. Steam status. Steam status page views 22,000. Yeah, other people must be noticing some things too. I can always test this later today. Also, Akamai's experience an issue. Wow. Okay. So yeah, publish a new demo. If I do this, pair with instructions on the Steam forums. Yep, I can put that up there. Don't think I can use auto clouds. I want to put the Steam ID here, change code, blah, blah, blah. After changing the code, test everything out. We don't need to do that anymore. You don't need this. Need to test dev only builds. Oh, right. Oh my God, we got to do this for everything. In fact, I didn't even set this up for everything. It's a good thing I have these notes. And I write that down over here. Publish new versions of everything. After publishing, need to turn off beta testing. At that point, I can say it's supported. Oh, thanks, Maya. Yeah. Yeah, I am releasing pretty soon. Work days until March 17th. We got 24 more business days. That's it. Look at those tiny calendars. Actually, it's a little bit spooky. Yeah, Tuesday, March 17th, and we are here right now. So it doesn't really count today anymore because we're kind of done. But yeah, tomorrow I think I'm going to make some YouTube shorts and see how those do. Thursday, I think I want to start focusing on performance testing. And then I really want to get into just like fun stuff. In fact, I want to write this down for Friday so that I know that I want to have fun. Work on delightful features or the backlog. Yeah, I hope I've got this. So then, that's weird. What's on February 16th? President's Day. Okay, I was going to say, I don't observe most holidays or federal holidays or anything, so they don't consider it a work day. So I gained one extra day. Yay. Yeah, Abdulhamid. What kind of performance testing would you do on a game like this? So the Steam Deck occasionally drops in frame rate, and I did some performance testing before. It's mostly just performance tracing and then seeing is anything unusual. And I did find some unusual stuff. So I've got to make some changes, but I really want the Steam Deck to run at a consistent 60 FPS. And I got to find out what's going on. And I don't have insight into that right now. I think it's something with battle windows. Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, so here I think we'll work on the backlog and more sort of delightful things. I think toward the end, we're probably going to get to like very minor finishing touches and probably some play testing as well. So the big question is, what are we going to do in this week and this week? And probably just more backlog stuff. And then like, yeah, launch prep and play testing. In fact, maybe I should write this on the roadmap and start splitting it up by week just to figure out if I'm on track. So week by week. This week's already pretty much planned. Where'd that go? Here. Yeah. All right. So week of the 9th is high pride to-do items, backlog. Week of the 16th, backlog plus delightful tasks. Week of the 23rd, what did I say? Launch prep and playtesting will be the week of the 9th. Yeah, so I don't really know what's going to go into here, but let's write more backlog stuff. And week of the 2nd, marketing maybe. And then, yeah, week of the 16th, launch. The week of the 16th is really only one day. I mean, it's the 16th. Ever feel like you're spending too much time writing notes and planning? No, I don't think so. I do write a ton of notes, but this is kind of just how I become effective at what I'm doing. And you saw even here, it was like I read this and I was like, oh my God, I forgot to do this. So yeah, I think this is just how I tend to organize myself. I've seen people draw, like UML diagrams are one example, but I look at these sorts of things and I'm just like, this makes no sense. I just don't operate this way. So I'll almost never draw diagrams for myself or pictures for things. And every once in a while it'll help me and I'll do it. But yeah, most of the time I'm like just a very text-based person. Are those going to be live? Are what going to be live? Like what I'm saying here with the week by week stuff? This should all be, well, not all of it, but a lot of this stuff is going to be live streamed. I've been streaming in mostly just the mornings. So you're catching me during my afternoon time. It is 3:35. This is the first afternoon stream I've done in like a couple weeks or 3 weeks because I started shifting into more marketing stuff. One of the things I ended up working on was making a bunch of YouTube shorts last week. Before that, I was making other videos and other shorts, and I revamped the trailer, and I just did a bunch of stuff. I did some outreach. Yeah, if you're in EU, then you're at least 7 hours ahead, right? So it's nighttime for you. So yeah, actually watching me in the morning is easy. Well, my morning is easier for you, probably. Anyway, so Vile, this is one of the things that I think a lot of people who've watched have increased their note taking as a result of watching me. And I don't think they'd do that if they didn't think it was effective for me. And I think it is very effective for me, especially troubleshooting notes. Man, the amount of times that I have looked at some notes that I've taken because I'm like, I know I hit this issue before. What did I do last time? And I scroll down and I'm like, oh my God, that's how I fixed it. And that way I don't need to commit it to memory. I think there are some things worth committing to your memory, stuff that you use every single day. Yeah, you should probably remember that stuff. But stuff that you use once every 2 months because you run into an issue, it's like, why bother remembering that? Just know how to get to your notes. All right, so let's check one more time. No, it's not there. And now I'm guessing Steam status page is like bright red and on fire. Surprisingly not. Maybe I just messed something up. Although I don't know what. Like, why would there not be a game update for this? Yeah, I don't know. Weird. Well, I'll try it again some other time. I didn't actually have to do this. Got Steam Cloud probably working. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff to clean up. All right, well, I should probably get going. It's been a rock solid day in terms of actually having gotten done with the thing I wanted to do. And I streamed for about 6 hours. All right, let's go find someone to raid. Thank you all for bearing with my frustration today. It's not like I was frustrated at anyone in chat, but today had a lot of ups and downs. A lot of ups and downs. All right, let's find someone new to raid. Raid channel, here we go. Same category. So I'm looking for people I'm not following and who don't have a crazy uptime, because that means they're probably not going to be leaving very soon. Oh, here's a person. Level design, creating my first horror game. I'm very much not into horror games and will probably never play a horror game. But whoops, I just closed that. Oh, what was that person's name? Tin Bears, I think. Yeah. But I will still check them out. So mute site. I like supporting other game devs. That doesn't mean I have to like horror stuff. All right. Where is chat? How did I lose you all? There you are. Okay, cool. All right, take care, everyone. Thank you for watching. I'll leave you with some links, and let's go say hi to this person together. I will probably be back on Thursday, not tomorrow. That's my guess. But take care. Bye, everybody.